Here with New Level Recruiting, reporting live from the DISCO100 radio studio. What's going on, Coach Disco?
What's going on, bro? I'm getting situated. My bad, man.
It's all good, man.
You good? Yeah, we good now.
What we got in here today, man? Everybody mics on? We're going to start over here to my left, and we're going to go around. Give us your name, the school you at, your graduation year, and what position you play.
Cameron James. Cameron James.
Mike, man.
Don't be scared to talk now.
High school defensive back.
Okay.
2021.
Okay. All right. Over here to my right, who we got?
Carlos Cervantes, middle linebacker from Marietta, class of 2022.
What we got over here next to you?
Logan Johnson, wide receiver at Prince Avenue Christian School, class of 2021.
Recent state champs.
Oh yeah, state champs this year.
State champs right
That's
here.
what's up.
Prince Ave right there, man. How it feel? We're going to start off with you. How that state championship feel?
It's surreal, man. Winning that state championship, it's a feeling every kid wants to experience, and I mean, I'm glad we got to experience it this year. So.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and ask Mr. Carlos. He was on that state championship team with Marietta from last year, 2019, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. How did that feel, being a state champ?
That was really fun. We went that whole playoff mentality. The whole playoff mentality was unreal. Then every game we took it one step at a time, and practice was fun. We're just having fun out there. Then when we won state, it all paid off.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Cam, we can't talk about state champs.
know,
It's
right?
all good. Hey, but it's coming though. We're gonna get one over there in McKeecher, man. It's all good. Well, let me start off with you, man. Give me your size, your height, and your weight.
About 5'9", 5'10". I weigh a good 165.
165. You play DB. What about you, Mr. Cervantes?
I'm 5'10". I'm floating around like 205, 210 right now.
All right, at the linebacker position, right?
Yes, sir.
And what about you, Mr. Logan?
I'm 5'6" on a good day, but I weigh about 155. So.
Hey, you know what? This was not planned, but the way it happened, all of y'all would confirm that we could do the show. This is the undersized show. Everybody is undersized for the position that they play, man. But you know what? Y'all got big hearts, and that's really the only thing that matters. Once you get out there on the field on a Friday night, hey, forget the size. It ain't about the size of the dog. It's the fight in the dog, right?
Sure.
That's how it go, man. Well, let's go. Let's jump into some questions, man. Let's talk about some school stuff. Let's talk about your favorite subject in school. What you got for me, mister? We're going to start with Logan over here.
I'm probably more of a social studies, like economics, like business type subjects. I want to major in business in college, so I'm not really math or language arts guy, so I'm social studies.
I was just about to ask you, man. Usually we get the typical math stuff, man, because math is easy. That was my
hate
favorite
math.
subject. You hate math,
Hate
Carlos?
math.
What's your favorite subject?
Social studies like him. That's like
Okay.
the best subject. Just
Social
history,
studies.
all that. Yes, sir. Math sucks though. Worst subject.
What about you, Mr. James?
Probably language arts.
Language
Probably
arts?
Easy. English.
Something
Sentence-
easy, huh?
sentence structures. That's easy.
As Coach Disco would say, lunch ain't your favorite subject, is it?
Nah.
Well, give me some GPAs, man. What we working with GPAs?
Oh, I got a
Yeah.
3.7.
3.7?
3.66.
3.6?
345.
So everybody is eligible right now.
Yes, sir.
NCAA. Have y'all taken the SAT, ACT, anything like that? Y'all know y'all scores?
I
Y'all
took-
want to share them?
I got a 24 on the ACT.
24? That's good, man. That's real good. What
You should tutor my son.
you need an 18, right, to qualify for ACT, right? You got 24. What about you, Mr.
I only took practice ones.
Practice ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I took-
So you have plans of taking that?
Yeah, I'm
ACT,
finna take the
SAT?
SAT and the SAT this end of this fall or spring.
Okay. What about you, Mr. James?
I only took the ACT. I ain't take the SAT. So, yeah, I got an 18.
18. Well, you qualified.
Yeah.
There you go, man. All you got NCAA qualified.
You know, I think with that stuff, man. I think all these kids are smart. Is everybody not like test smart?
Yeah.
Like I was one of them guys that I always thought was a trick question when I knew the answer. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta say that again.
I thought it was a trick question. Like I knew the answer, but I thought, nah, they trying to trick me. You know. But everybody not a test taker, man. So I don't think it's fair.
That's true.
I think you should get the kids a test verbally
Right.
and on paperwork. That's what I feel like.
But I was the same way. I had good grades doing the class work. I would pass that test for that specific day or whatever that lesson we learned. But when they put all that stuff together at the end of the year, we had to think about stuff from the beginning of the year. Come on, man. That's setting kids up for failure right there.
And they try to give you a study guide to learn it all in one
study
game.
guide, yeah. Like, here's your study guide. You got a 200 question test tomorrow. Now go home and study this. Then your brain just going all over the place.
Unless they send it to them on Facebook or something, Instagram. They'll pass it in.
Social media, hey, it's good to go, man.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna start with you, Mr. James. Are you virtual or are you face to face?
On virtual.
Well, give me. We're gonna go around and we're gonna talk about this. What is a typical day in school like for you?
For virtual, or
Yeah, when you do virtual, man, from beginning to end. Just give us a
wake
quick
up,
rundown.
eat breakfast. I'm gonna wake up like an hour before school start. Go
Okay.
eat breakfast. Get into school because I only got 3 classes and I got minimum day.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you getting out early?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just, and we get out at like 1:50. Well, for me, like 1:52.
Okay.
And
That's
it's
because
cool.
of grades, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's grades, right? Yeah, you don't got to take out them classes. You said something, you get up an hour before school.
Mhm.
That was not me growing up, boy. I had to catch the bus at 7:30. I got up at 7:10. It took me 20 minutes to do what I needed
You
to
were
do.
lucky if I got up for school.
7:10, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm grabbing Pop-Tart, and I'm chasing the bus every morning.
This man just said Pop Tart. You heard him say Pop Tart?
Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
He's telling his age.
Y'all don't know what Pop-Tarts are, do y'all?
Yeah, they
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Morning.
I had one this morning. Look, you know about it. What about you, Mr. Carlos? You face-to-face, virtual?
Yeah, I'm face to face.
How's that? How's a typical school day for you, man?
Wake up around like 6:30, leave the house at like 6:50.
Man, get that alarm button.
Then go straight in weight training, hit the weights for an hour, then take a shower, then hit the regular school day. 3 classes.
Oh, so you got 3 classes too?
Well, 4 classes including weight training, yeah.
Well, I remember we did some Marietta guys in here last week. They got like an 8A and a B day, right?
Yeah.
So technically for
We
a
got 8
semester,
classes.
8 classes.
Yeah.
And those are the same 8 classes for all year, right?
Oh, it depends if it's like a half credit, like half a
Okay.
credit, then you'll take 2 different classes for that credit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Logan?
I'm in person.
In
Turn,
person?
turn away, Logan. The camera see. There you go.
There you go.
No, you look Hollywood, man. You gotta get your own camera.
We start our day at school at 8:10, so I wake up about 7:25, 7:30. Get up, get dressed, go to school. I live right by the school, so it's like a 5-minute drive.
Okay, you right
I eat breakfast at the school, and then, like you said, they have an A day and a B day. We have A, B, C, and D days. So
What?
Wait, hold on. Break that down, man.
the
We need
whole
to break
week?
down.
Talk a little close for me too.
So what it is, like, we have 8 periods.
Uh-huh.
And like you said, if it's a half credit, you only take it for a semester, and then you switch. Like,
Credit.
I'm taking econ right now. I took government last semester.
So it's not together, government and
No.
econ.
They're,
It used to be
they're,
together.
they're each one credit, but like one's a semester credit, the other one's another semester credit. You don't have to take a full year long. They like, all cram it in. It's
Yeah, all was
Whatever.
together.
So how many teachers? So how many teachers do you see a week?
a week. I mean, all 8. I see all 8.
Oh no, I couldn't do it.
All 8 teachers in one
Well,
week.
like A day is first period, second period, like first through 6th period.
Uh-huh.
Then B day is 7th through 4th period. So 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
C day.
That's
Huge,
that,
bro.
yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a,
couldn't do
hey,
that.
Don't forget the schedule.
it's 6 classes a day,
Uh-huh.
but
You switch the
you
classes.
switch like I said, A days 1 through 6, B days 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, C days 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and D days 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And this is Prince Avenue. This
Yeah.
is a public, not public, a private school, private Christian school. Okay, so y'all kind of got like a different
Yeah.
how y'all do things. Okay, I got you on that, man. You confused me because you said government here and then econ.
that's another test in itself, right there.
I know, right? You still use a paper schedule or you just got it all memorized?
No, I memorize it now. I mean, once you like do it for so, I mean, I've been
Yeah.
there 2 years. Once you do it for so long, you get it. But when I first got there, it was kind of tough. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, still to this day, I'll wake up and text my friends and be like, "What class do we have today?"
Man, I'd have had that
paper.
paper or my notes on my phone. All right, I'm at this class this day. Yeah, you confused me with that one, man. But let's move on to something else, man. Let's talk about something that, everybody in this, the entire world is facing right now. This whole pandemic, the COVID-19 situation. As a football player and, a student athlete, let's say a student athlete, because that's what y'all are. How have y'all been staying focused throughout this whole ordeal to stay motivated to work out, to stay motivated to go to practice? Game day is self-explanatory, but how are y'all staying motivated as student athletes through this whole pandemic with everything changing? I'll start with you.
You got to
Mr.
keep
Cam.
a laser focus. Laser
Bring the
focus.
mic up. Bring the mic up to you.
You got to keep it like a laser focus.
Right.
You got to know where your goal is.
Right.
And for like seniors, your goal is graduation. So
Right.
if you just focusing on your goal, it's really blocking everything out
Right,
most of the
right.
time.
So you got an end goal. So
Yeah.
no matter what's in your way, you got to get to that end goal.
Exactly.
All right. What about you, Mr. Carlos?
We still got a goal to accomplish. We still trying to win state every year, win games. Then still trying to go to college and get that offer so we could play ball on the next level. you know?
Right.
So just trying to get free, like college, free degree.
Free education, baby. That's where it's at.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Mr. Logan?
Like they said, it's just a mindset. Some people have it, some people don't. And during the whole quarantine period, I mean, everyone in the state and I mean in the country faced. If you didn't have that mindset, like for me, my goal since I've been in 5th grade is to play college football. And I knew if I took this month or 2 months off and I didn't train because of COVID, whatever, I wouldn't make it. So I feel like during that time, your mindset really is what guided you through it. And I mean, it's what guided our team to the state championship. Because I mean, even when we couldn't be together, all of our guys were working out at home and stuff. So I think it was the mindset that was what pushed us.
All right, well, let me ask you this. We're going to stick with you. How has it been, though? How has the journey been? And we know about your focus and all that, but, any necessary steps that you had to take, just as an overall perspective of how has it been? The entire journey of, I know some schools have practiced in groups. They couldn't really come together and do it. They had like 10 different groups on the football field. How has that been?
So we split it up into groups. I mean, we're a small private Christian school, so we only have about 60 kids, 70 kids on the team. I mean, it's still a lot, but it's not as much as some of these 7A schools. But we did groups, and I mean, it's tough, man. When you want a state championship so bad, but you can't be with your guys every day, and you can't be with the coaches every day.
Right.
We were only allowed one coach for so many weeks at a time.
Hold on. One coach per group, or just one coach on the field?
Not one coach. Well, we only sent one group at a time, so we didn't even get to see other kids. Like we would go from like 9 to 11 or like 9 to 10, whatever. I don't remember the time frame.
Right.
Group 1 and group 2. So the groups were never at the field at the same time.
Wow, I didn't know that. What about you, Carlos?
Pretty much the
same thing.
Yeah, we had like 4 different groups with like some DBs and some DBs with some linebackers and some wide receivers in one group. That was the group I was in. We worked out first, and we went to the field and did some field work for like an hour and a half. Okay. Then, right when we left, another group came through.
Okay.
Then the lineman came through, and we just saw like 2 coaches per group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How they do things over there at McKeachum?
Yeah, they did the same exact thing. It was first it was probably like separated by our classes most of the time, and then we started to come together a little bit more. Then it was offense and defense.
Right.
And we did the same thing that they were doing, just working out, going to the field work, conditioning.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to stick with you on this question, man. It's a quick one. It's going to follow up with another question. What are you, a practice player or a game player? Got to ask that. I probably know the answer to it. Which one?
I think almost a game player. I mean, it's practice, because at McKeachum, we always joking, playing around. It's
that part
you better be careful, though. Don't say that too loud now.
I mean, it's not like that, though.
Your coach
We
watching.
got like a fun type team. So at practice, we always going to have fun. But like we know when we gotta play, we gotta play.
It's time to get serious.
Yeah.
It's time to go ahead and buckle down. All right. What are you, Carlos? Practice or game player?
I'm a game player for sure. Because practice is just hard work. Then that's where all the mistakes are made.
Exactly.
That's when you want to make the mistakes. So we run after practice, after all the mistakes are done. We learn from it, watch film, and just go on from that. So we get ready for the game.
All right, what about you, Logan? Practice a game player.
Like Carlos said, I mean, I feel like I'm honestly both, and I say that because when you go so hard in practice, you almost push yourself harder than practice in the game. And it's not like that for a lot of teams, but our coach preached that to us that we practice so hard and condition so hard, and we'd be out there for hours and hours. I mean, I'm sure longer than some 7A schools that the games almost seemed easy to us.
Right.
So obviously, when it's a game, it's time to go. But when it's a practice, you still got to know it's time to go. You can't. I mean, there's times where we goof off or whatever, but like when it's time to get serious in the practice field, it's time to get serious.
Yeah. Right.
So I feel like for that reason, I'm both a practice player and a game
I
player.
got you. That's a different answer, though. I like that.
Yeah, we ain't heard nobody say practice the whole time we be doing the show.
Everybody just say game player, man. Because when we talk about practice, it's like practice. Yeah, y'all know about that Allen Iverson soundbite about practice?
They weren't even born, man.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, that happened back,
They weren't even born. They weren't even born. I don't think they were born back then.
What year was that? 99, 2000?
Oh, no, I was I'm a 2003.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man, I wasn't
Me too.
even
They weren't even
born
born,
then, man.
man.
Never mind. But your dad, I know your dad
Yeah.
put you on there. He had to, man. And when y'all get out there, ask your dad about that Allen Iverson soundbite about practice. It's crazy though, man. But from a point, we understood it, but it was kind of like, nah, you sending the wrong message out. But it made sense though. So it's all good. Let's talk about film, man. You know, after we talk about this, we're gonna show clips of y'all's huddle and stuff like that. But film, when y'all watch film, how do y'all break it down? Like, do y'all break down? Y'all watch for tendencies? Do y'all watch for habits? Do y'all watch just to see if this player is good or not? Or I'm gonna get him business, or I'm gonna work him, or is he good or not? How do y'all break down film? Let's start with you, Logan.
Well, I mean, I've broken down film and plays for a long time. When I used to, I mean, I don't know if you knew, I used to be DB at FBU when I was
I know.
little. started out
I
as a
followed you
DB.
for a while.
So, I used to work with Ray Buchanan on the
Former
board.
Falcon.
And he was my trainer when I was little, and he used to draw like formations on the board and stuff for me, and we'd go through film of like him in the NFL, and he taught me how to study film.
Really? Yep.
So, but when I can't lie, but I did slack off probably freshman and sophomore year. I would just watch it to like watch my highlights and just be done with it. I watched what I did in the game and
Hey, look, just feel good about yourself.
I mean, that's the honest answer. But
That's true. You got
junior and senior year, I definitely, credit to my dad, started studying the film. I mean, I'd be on it for an hour at least.
Right.
I mean, almost every night. We film our practice. I watch every practice,
Right.
everything, and I like to watch football. I mean, I'm a football guru, so I like to watch stuff and scouting the opposing team. I make sure I get. I tell our players how their DBs are, what their DBs are gonna do, which ones are good, which ones are bad. And I mean, our quarterback obviously knows. He studies film too. But I'm definitely a film guy. So.
Man, it's good right there, man, because you know the saying in football is 90% mental, 10% physical. If you just out there running around and you don't know what's going on, the game gonna run right by you. You know, we don't care how athletic you are. You know,
Our playbooks are here, bro.
I know. We gonna get on that. I'm gonna ask you about a play from each one of y'all's playbooks, and I know y'all got a crazy playbook over there at Prince. But what about you, Carlos? What habits? What do you look for when you watch film?
Probably like with the linebacker perspective, probably like how lineman stands, like if they pull, if it's gonna be a run or pass play.
Right.
It's like when we were studying on McEachern, one of their linemen, when they pulled, he'll lean so far back his hand would be off the ground. You could see it.
It's a tendency right there. See, that's good right there.
So you could see that. Then you could see how they line up, like different formations if they're back more.
Right.
And you can see it from different
alignments.
Yeah.
Right,
and you can see it from like two different films. We have like end zone type film and the regular film.
Oh, views. Okay.
Yeah,
the
different
side
views.
view and then the top view from behind the field goal.
Yeah.
Post. Okay,
So we can see
gotcha.
like different perspectives on how they line up.
Okay. That makes sense, man. Was that Latrell?
Latrell. Probably was.
That boy.
Yeah, probably was.
What about you, Cam, when you break down film?
Same thing. It's like when we played Noonan, a lot of the receivers would probably like move their hands a certain way or get in a certain stance when they know they're getting the ball or know it's like a pass to them.
Right.
And it's like he said, when you get like freshman and sophomore year, you probably were looking at like our highlights, but then it's when you get to junior senior, like junior year, we woke up at like 6 a.m. to go before school to go to the field house and watch film.
Ooh,
So it was like,
those.
it was.
Yeah. It's
You
crazy.
that gets you more mentally focused and smarter, like about the game of football. So yeah.
All right. Well, I know y'all I ain't gonna say I know y'all like it, but y'all kind of like you're forced to watch it, and then sometimes it becomes a habit to certain people. But honestly, do y'all like watching film? Be honest.
Yeah.
It's a yes and a no.
Yeah. Same.
I hated it.
Okay. Like after every game, I get like not upset. I'm not like a little kid, but like I'm excited to watch the film.
Really?
I watch it that night. I don't really necessarily study it that night, but I watch the whole game that night.
You go back and just look for certain stuff.
Yeah. I just watch the whole game.
Growing up playing football, I hated film, man. We had a team meeting, man. Half of us, no lie, we be in there asleep. We did not want to do it. We didn't want to watch film. We didn't want to practice. Coach, just get us out there on a Friday night. But, you know, my high school record, we ain't going to talk about that. I went to Osborne, by the way, but we ain't going to talk about that.
Osborne
Hey,
ain't
quit laughing, Carlos.
Osborne won.
He was there.
Yeah, I can say something about Osborne.
No, we ain't gonna do that. We're just gonna leave that right there, man. But let's jump into some of these highlights real quick. Who we starting off with, Coach Disco?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna start with Logan.
Mr. Logan. All right, let's watch some of these highlights from Logan Johnson, y'all.
Say it again. I cut your mic off. Say it again.
Current UGA commit. We're gonna talk about that too after we watch his highlights.
Here we go.
Jump into what's the name? Let's jump
Go
into
Cameron. We'll go Cameron. We gotta get Logan caught up. Yep. I said Cameron, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it
Cameron.
How did you find that video?
Man,
went
that was
scrolled all the way
on
down.
your Twitter page.
From when?
Look, which one is it? This one right here, right? The one that's in your header.
Click that.
Yeah, that's the one I pulled up.
Come on this side from the building real quick. Go out there with me.
Come around this way.
Can you pull it up yourself?
Yeah, I know it. On my phone?
No, yeah.
That's my senior tape.
Okay, I'm gonna email this one to you, Disco.
Type it there.
You pulling off Google, right? Okay. Yeah, 'cause the first hold link I see him, what's his name? Pulling up.
That's what I did.
Here.
That's it.
That's what I did.
I'm confused, bro. Cause that.
I just sent you one to your email, Disco.
Let me show you one over right this. Sign up. You gotta scroll down.
Everybody got a lot of Noonan highlights on their tape, Cam.
Oh.
Everybody.
It's crazy. That's the game that we should have won.
I know.
You guys lost that game?
Yes.
Yeah, we lost that damn game.
We were
Shouldn't
up.
have.
Yeah, we were up.
This.
I know that one
That's
linebacker
just
that played for Noon.
Y'all played Noonan too, right? Was that, yeah, I played East Coweta.
East Coweta, yeah.
That's right.
No, we should have won that game. That was a good game. I was sad about that one.
Yep, that was a tough one. That was a playoff game, wasn't it? Yeah.
The first round.
How many
Yeah,
y'all
Mariah
lose by?
told me.
Huh?
How many y'all lose by?
Like 2, I think.
Yeah, Mariah told me. We should have won that game. They were cheating us. Yeah. Man, you got huddled from like everywhere, man. Middle school.
I have not seen that play. That was when I was at Hebron, bro.
That was a Hebron Christian?
Come on, we were playing against Prince JV. Freshman year, I was like, why am I number 4 on Hebron?
Dang.
JV.
All right.
Yeah.
Update them Twitters, boy. 'Cause that's where I got the link from.
I just put it up on his computer and we played the video and it was the normal one.
Okay, gotcha.
So I hope when he downloads it, it's the normal one.
All right.
Crazy. That was a horrible game.
Yeah, no.
Y'all almost won that game?
Huh?
Y'all almost won that game?
Nah.
Yeah, Mill Creek
We-
almost
we-
won that game, bro.
We were doing all right in the beginning, and then it
Yeah.
just went downhill.
You see Mill Creek play them, Grayson?
Nah,
I did.
that was good.
Shoot, I used to go to Mill Creek, man, and I have a lot of friends. I mean,
I know-
we're all seniors.
You know
whatever.
Caleb?
Downs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog.
Yeah.
Caleb played Hustle. Did you play Hustle?
Yeah, I did with y'all. Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
Your
You played
password,
15 and play 18?
Nah, I didn't. I played with 15. It was like 2 years ago. I played with Caleb and Michael and
Hold on,
Momo.
we going live.
Dagenhart?
Yeah.
Ready, Disco?
Not Dagenhart.
Yeah, we go. We live now. We live.
All right, hey man, that was the highlights of Cameron James. We're gonna talk about your film after we get through going through everybody's because I want y'all to point out certain things. Who we going to next? We got Mr.
Carlos.
Logan or Carlos.
Carlos.
All right, Carlos Cervantes, Marietta High School linebacker. Let's talk about Mr. Giant. Well, that was the film of Carlos Cervantes, linebacker from Marietta High School. But let's touch on Cam. Let's touch on your film, man. You know, some of the positives and negatives that come out of your film. You know, something that you did real well, and then something that you need work on. Go
I
ahead.
think
Let's talk about
I think I did pretty good this year
it.
as knowing what was going on
Right.
while seeing everything.
Right.
But then the things I got to work on, it might be, say like if it was a screen, I could have had the screen before it, made
Before
a big
developed.
play. Yeah, before it
Yeah.
developed.
So if you see the play, you got great
gotta
play
go- yeah.
recognition. You're just reacting quicker
I got
to
to react.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense. And Carlos, what about your film, man? You know, some of the positives and the negatives from it.
Positives, probably the positive is like I can meet somebody in the hole, not finna hit the tackle. But the negatives, like I keep running my feet and keep staying low because that was a big thing this past year was staying low with me.
Right.
And I just gotta keep working on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So gotta stay low, man. Low man wins.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. We waiting on the film of Logan Johnson to come up, but let's keep talking a little bit, man. About Marietta McEachern. Let's talk about this little rivalry. Everybody knows about it. I got two of the guys in the studio. What's the one thing that y'all dislike about each other's school? Let's have a little fun with this.
Everything.
I said the one thing. He say everything.
One word.
Cam, Ricardo rebuttal.
It wasn't even. I mean, I think the rivalry wasn't as big until like they did. What was it like 2-3 years ago?
Oh, when we
When they
beat y'all.
played the flag, yeah. They
Ooh.
beat us.
Well, let me give you a
And
little history.
That's when everything. Yeah.
To y'all, it was way bigger, way before that.
Oh.
Ask who's somebody that graduated from McEachern that's still around in the program. I don't know, but you know Coach Tinsley. Go ask
Yeah.
Coach Tinsley. This thing started way before us though, back in the 90s. This thing goes back to like the 70s and the 80s. That's how far it go back. And ain't working. Okay. Some of the greatest rivalry games from that Marietta McEachern was in the mid to late 90s. Really was. Then it carried on into the 2000s. I mean, sometimes some fights broke out, after the game. But,
Yeah.
they had to cancel all of that. But it's such a good rivalry. You got to keep it going. But with Prince Ave, man, who's one of y'all biggest rivalries over there, man?
Athens Academy.
Athens
Ooh.
Academy. Okay, they
So-
just had the big time receiver come out of
Yeah,
Athens. Dion Cozy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they had some Power 5 talent. They had Dion committed to Notre Dame.
Right.
Hugh Laughlin
Right.
signed to Virginia.
Right, yeah, I know you.
Janario Holt. I mean,
Mhm.
he is Power 5 offers. I mean, last year they had Laneith Whitehead at
Mhm.
Tennessee now.
Yep.
Curtin Iles is at Georgia. So I mean, they're a good team. They're right down the street from us, and
Mhm.
we hate everything about them.
He's being honest.
hate 'em, man.
Hate everything about him. So let's talk about you and your journey. You started off where at? What school did you start off at first?
Mill Creek.
Mill Creek. Played a year there.
Nah, so I'm talking about middle school. I'm not talking about high
Oh, middle school. Okay. Mill Creek for middle school. Where'd you start off in high school?
school. Hebron Christian.
Hebron Christian. You did 3
2
years,
years,
2
2
years there. And then you did your last 2 at Prince Ave. How's that journey been?
I mean, it's been fun, but it's also been tough. I mean, going to new school is always different.
Meet new people.
meet new
stuff
people.
Like that.
I mean, I'm a social person, so it's not that hard to make friends, especially when you're on a football team.
Right. Right.
Moving schools on a football team is, I mean, probably the easiest thing to do since you're with the guys every day, so you can make tight knit friends. But I mean, I've enjoyed the journey. I wouldn't
Okay.
trade it for anything. I wouldn't take anything back. There's no decisions I made that I regret. So
Got you. Makes sense. Let's talk about some football stuff, man. Friday nights. Let's get into some pregame rituals. Something that you feel like you got to do before every game, whether it's music, whether it's a certain meal, whether you pray or you do yoga, whatever it may be. What is that pregame ritual that you have to do before every game? Let's start with you, Cam.
Everything. It's a thing I do every game. I pray in my locker. I watch probably like the whole offensive film from the team that we're about to play,
Right.
and then we get hyped. So yeah.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Carlos? I know you got a pregame ritual.
Yeah. I gotta eat something like a candy, like Skittles or a Sour Patch Kids, right before the game.
Sour Patch Kids. Yes, sir.
Right before the game. I always gotta do that.
Okay.
Then gotta drink some water. Then some of the few starters. We go outside and pray for a second before we leave. Then we just get hyped before the game.
There you go.
Listen to some music.
All right. What you do over there, man, Mr. Logan?
Uh,
The Georgia hat on.
I'm not. I mean, before the game, I like to calm myself down.
Right.
Because I know before the game, like during the game, jitter's gonna be going.
Too
and
hype. Yeah.
Butterfly's gonna be going. So
To be honest.
I really relax myself, put in my AirPods, and just sit there in my locker and just vibe to music. But
Let's keep going.
I mean, that's really my pregame ritual, is to calm myself down and just chill before the game.
Okay.
It's everybody like 5 minutes long.
Okay.
We give them interview.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna do a little quick intermission, real quick, y'all. We gotta restart the computer
Yeah.
to pull this film up of Logan Johnson. We really
This is what we gonna do,
want
y'all.
to see
Just do me a favor. Give us like 5 minutes. We're gonna restart this computer, so we make sure we get Logan. So just log back in 5 minutes. Be right back.
it.